To bind off your stitches, you're actually going to knit across the top row and slip the back stitch over each time as you go to create a nice finished edge. And it's really important when you do this that you don't hold the tension too tight, because it will bunch your work up and make it smaller at the top than the rest of the project, and you want it to come out nice and even. So to do this, pick up your working yarn, hold your work in your left hand on your left needle, and then you'll slip in and do 2 knit stitches. And as you do that, you don't want these stitches too tight. You do want to leave them a little bit loose. And then you reach back through the first stitch on your needle. So you go from the front of the loop to the back with your left needle in the front and slip it over. And then you'll have that second stitch remaining on your right needle. You'll do another knit stitch and then slip the first one over. Knit, slip, knit, slip. And if you feel like your stitches are coming a little too tight, you can actually pull your needles apart while you're making the actual stitch, and it will loosen it up and give you the right tension. You can kind of check as you go how it's laying. So I'll do that now. It seems to be the right size. It's not bunching up, so that's good. So just make sure you're not pulling too tight and that you've got a nice consistent feel to it. And if you need to, pull your needles apart just a little bit to stretch it to the right size. And you'll feel it as you practice this, you'll kind of get the feel of what's going on. You could also just use a larger needle to bind off, holding in your right hand, and that would stop it. If you find yourself constantly knitting too tight on the bind off stitches, you could do that as well. And then when you get to the end, you will bind off your last stitch. And you've still got a loop left, so what you do is you can either cut your working yarn right here and pull it through, or widen that loop and pull the entire ball through, and then pull it tight. Make sure that it's how you want it, and then cut off your end. And that is how you bind off your stitches.